my friend Josh Kelley, who's on his way to tour with One Republic.
Yeah.
New bands. I haven't really heard them on the radio.
It's too late to apologize.
Oh, that's One
them.
Republic.
Yeah. That's them.
Tell me a little bit about how you got on tour with the guys. How did that come about?
I actually met those boys, particularly Ryan Tedder, who's the lead singer of the band. I met them about 2.5 years ago. Actually, when I started dating my now wife, and she lived right next to them, and I just became friends with them. And so when this tour came about and they started really blowing up, we were in the running, and I was like, "Oh, dude, I know that kid. I'll call him right now." And I just called him up, and they were like, "Yeah, man, we'd love to have you." So
tell me a little bit about the new CD. I mean, you and I have been friends for a while. I think we started being friends when you were actually still looking for a record deal, and then you got wise and said, "No more record deals."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was sort of re-looking for one, and I was actually making this album at the time. And Special Company took about 1.5 years to make this, man. And in the time of making the album, I was also building a record label from the ground up called D&K Records, and it's been quite a process, man. I mean, I just learned by getting a little older now and learning how to be a better artist. I'm also learning how to be a better businessman as well. And so the two things are sort of a perfect marriage, and they're kind of coming up together, and they each feed each other. And the 1.5 years it took me to make this record was 1.5 years of the most fun freaking recording times of my entire life, dude. It was awesome. I just knew that I was onto something, and I really wanted it to be perfect.
Did you fund the record yourself, or
yeah,
you did it all on your own?
Well, I have a studio, and so I create all the candy in my studio because it's unlimited time. I mean, I can stay there as long as I want, and I can mess up until I get it right. And then I take those files into a big studio, and I basically get my boys to like re-record my drum tracks and things like that to make them sound nice and big and fat. And then I spent the money on Jeff Giuliano to mix the album, and spent the money on mastering, and it makes a giant difference. It sounds like a $400,000 major label release, and I spent probably 40.
And we know that can be done.
Oh yeah,
especially right now, it definitely can be done.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? It's like any kid out there can pick up a Pro Tools rig and make some songs. Now, is he going to be good at really making things sonically sound? Probably not, but it's still cool.
Tell me how that process was drastically different from, you obviously were on Hollywood Records, a major record label. You had a pretty big hit. I mean,
yeah.
I don't remember.
I think it was like a top 5 hit.
I think it definitely was.
It's actually started researching again really well. It's like, it's back up again. It's crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah, the song's never gonna die.
Did they start that at AAA? Do you remember what?
No, they started it at Hot AC, and after about 2 months of the song like getting work, they almost gave up on it, and then all of a sudden it just started blowing up out of nowhere. And that just goes to show you like patience, and the reason the business is falling apart is because nobody has any patience, and people don't have that. It's like I remember when I first got signed, there was a guy working for the record label that was telling me that the internet was going to be a fad, and this was 2002. I was like, are you an idiot?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is ridiculous. And so I mean, there's just not many forward thinkers, and my label and my team, we're all forward thinkers, man. We have collective brain trust, and we have meetings every day, and we're trying to really become a force in the business.
Who does the distribution for your record? Is it all through
Icon? I did a little merger with my label and Icon, and ICON, and they're out of New York. They're amazing. They're also kind of like a marketing firm too. They get your stuff out there. But my biggest push comes from like my new publicist, who got us Leno, Carson Daly, Regis and Kelly's coming up soon, and Good Morning America. It's crazy.
I gotta get that number from you later.
Huh?
I gotta get that number from you.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's great because, I mean, obviously, the point of this show, the reason that I created it was because as an industry guy who has a lot of relationships with artists and with executives and with, a number of people that quote-unquote drive the ship,
yeah.
I think that there's a misnomer that you need a label, or you need a publisher, or you need a distribution company, and it's great to see that, you coming off of a big, record deal and doing that whole thing. That's part of touring.
That's our bus driver right there. His phone's going off. I love that.
I love that too. I just want to hear his conversation now.
But
that really you can go in and create your own music and make your own records and and press them up and get them out there. And
oh yeah, man, it's totally pro too. It's like, dude, this thing. I mean, before the record even came out, I did a soft release on iTunes, and about 3 weeks of a soft release, which before the physical product comes out, we sold over 20,000 records just digitally. And now this thing came out. That came out this week, and I think it looks cool, man. It's like a digipack. People keep these digipacks, by the way.
Absolutely.
And then I have this cool thing that right when you open it, it goes, "Congratulations, you are a new Josh Kelley fan member. Insert your CD to view a members only webpage." And on this members only webpage is like the sickest like little movies that we've made. Like, we've made these pilots, we've made these TV shows. I have one called Music, Monuments, and Beer. That's basically me going over to other countries. I have this huge beard, and I'm playing shows. I do monologues in front of like castles and shit, and then we rate the local beer every night. And we filmed a whole like series, and each one's about 6.5 minutes long.
So who had the best beer?
The beer was called Roadhouse. It sounds like House. We were in Germany, so it was like ROTHAUSE. It was delicious.
Germans make a good beer.
God, dude, so good.
They make good cars too.
Yeah, great cars.
When you're going on the road like this, what is it that you like about it, and what is it that you hate about it?
Well, now that I'm married, I hate being away from a girl. But
by the way, congratulations.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it, man.
You were at my house, I think, about 24 hours before you did that, and I, for some reason, was clueless that you were actually getting married. So.
Oh, that's right.
Remember?
Right. I remember that now.
It was like 3 days before you left. Yeah.
That's really funny, man. But yeah, the road is like, I love it, man. It's amazing. I mean, you get a little dirty, but it's like, it's fun. I mean, like, I don't know anybody who gets to do this, man. We get to travel around the world, and I get to see, different terrain and meet different people every day, and it's awesome, man. I think it makes you smarter. I think it makes you a better person. I think it's made my band even more like compassionate, because you just see things. Sometimes it's nice to sort of break through the bubble. But it's also tough too, man. Like Jack Black says, the road is fucking hard. It's also really fucking tough. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right? You guys have heard that? The road is fucking hard. It's also really fucking tough. The guy's a really great lyricist. Yeah.
Where are you from? I don't even know.
Georgia, Augusta, Georgia.
Are you? Okay.
Originally home of James Brown, dude. I used to play with James Brown when I was a kid.
Wow.
He tried to sign me and my little brother when I was 15 and Charles was 14, and my dad wouldn't sign the papers, so basically he turned the deal down for us.
Basically impeded your career. For
yeah, no, it was good. I'm
years.
glad he didn't sign the papers though, because there's no telling what I would have turned into.
One can only imagine.
I mean, I'd be on the side of the road, like you'd see me, who knows, man. I'd be a mess because you haven't lived yet.
Yeah.
You're just like a little kid.
Now, how old were you when you got your first deal?
22.
And what was that like? I mean, did you just showcase and get the gig, or was it touring?
No. It was from internet marketing. I figured out devised a plan on how to get in front of as many people as possible by using Napster and like MP3.com, and every day I went to the library and I would spam mail 100 people a day saying, check this kid out. And finally I kept getting messages back, and one of them was from an A&R guy named Eric Klinger.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's all good.
And Eric Klinger signed me like a year later. He was like, "Who is this kid?" And when he sent me a message back, I was like, "It's actually me. I'm just trying to hustle my way into trying to figure things out." And
he had to respect that.
He loved it. Yeah. And he flew me in, and a year later I had a deal. Wow. It was crazy, man. All of a sudden, like, my bank account had like $50,000 in it, and I was like taking all my friends out. I was like, "It's on me, kids. Let's go." It was fun, man. It's a good feeling.
How has that, you talk about Napster, obviously that was, our generation. I think we're about the same age. We won't say how old we are, 23, 24. But how is now MySpace and YouTube and Facebook and all these, viral online marketing delivery platforms, how do you use them to your advantage, I guess, is the question.
They're huge, man. They're huge. Well, MySpace is huge, but you got to make sure that that you keep the content fresh. Like, every day there's something new on both of my websites that people can become a part of, and that makes them keep coming back. And the more they keep coming back, the more it's a part of their life, and it's like in their frontal lobes. I want Josh Kelley to be on the front of people's brains, and that's how we do it. I mean, it's been drastically different. I mean, I didn't have anything to do with that stuff until I broke ties with Hollywood Records, which I'm still friends with them, but we just, you know, our businesses weren't parallel; they were colliding. So we decided to let that go, I really didn't think about it till I, you know, wasn't signed anymore. And once I got that hunger back in my soul, you know what I mean, it was almost good that it all happened, because you got to have a reason. You got to have desire to want to do something. You know what I mean? And if you get too sort of comfortable, you quit having a reason to do it. And so I like it. You know, it's been working out great doing this. I mean, I make way more cash now.
I'm sure.
Way more. I made 50 cents a record before. Now I make like $8. It's crazy. Or maybe
so you're buying dinner after this, or you've got to
go somewhere.
Yeah, let's go to Phoenix.
You want to go to Phoenix, dude?
Should I stay on the bus? How does radio play into you doing this on your own? Is it hard to get a radio station to play a record when you're an independent artist?
It's always hard, especially like it's hard no matter what you're doing. I mean, you got to have some serious clout. And right now we've got a lot of things going on. I mean, we've got a lot of buzz. So that basically helps us get to the next level on everything. I hired an independent radio team. Dale Canone.
Love Dale. He used to work with him.
He's the bomb, dude.
He's the bomb.
And so he started his own company to do music for independent artists, because I guess he realized that that's where the music is. You know, that's where the real music is coming from right now. And I hired them, and dude, my song just went to number 50 on the charts yesterday, and it looks like it's going to be moving up. You know, like looks like the spins are getting bumped up, and if I can crack the top 40, you know, then I think it's going to be smooth sailing. I think once everybody sees it on that chart, they're going to start adding it.
Mm-hmm.
All the other ones, the stragglers that are waiting. Radio is still very important. Still very, very important. I know that's the only thing left. That's the only hump left that we need to get over. Once we get over that hump, I think we're going to be moving. I think this album has a chance of going platinum. I really do. I think as an indie artist, it's not that far to fetch, man. I think there's enough buzz, there's enough push, and my label, you know, feels like a major label. So,
talk a little bit about your label. What is the layout of the label? How many employees do you have? How many interns do you have?
We have like 7. We've had 10 before. We have 7 interns right now. We have our team. As far as paid employees, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paid employees.
Based here in LA or based?
No, it's in New York.
It's all in
man.
New York.
Yeah, so
okay.
we have a flat out there. It's actually a really impressive record label. I'm gonna give you a DVD in a minute so that you'll be able to see like the layout of it.
I was hoping you were gonna say you're gonna give me one free night at the flat, but you know.
Yeah, it's New York, man. It's in New York, and I actually like that they're all not here. I'm in LA, they're in New York. It's nice because, you know, it's like, you know, we can communicate. Luckily, you know, everybody's got a freaking Mac now. I mean, I can do like Mac chat,
right?
You know, and like all
video
of us,
chat.
Video
that
chat.
Scares the hell out of me.
All of us can do it though. We're
Yeah.
all on it. I'm seeing everybody when we do it, and I hold meetings all the time, man. And so I don't like being that kind of a boss kind of guy, but there's no other way to do this, man.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to get gritty sometimes, man, and you got to like, you know, I think the saying "lay the law down" is actually stupid. It's not that. It's just trying to make people realize the severity of your passion, and you know, the magnitude of it, whatever word you'd want to use to describe it. But and it helps, man, because people get all jacked up and they're like, "Let's do this. Let's kill. Let's do this." Kill.
Lay the law down. Kill. Josh Kelley, one of my good friends. The record is Special
Company.
You can find it iTunes, I'm assuming.
iTunes and almost any store. I mean, like Target, Borders, Walmart, all that kind of stuff.
JoshKelley.com too.
JoshKelley.com,
Right
MySpace, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. My faith. Yeah, it's great, man. And also, you know, people commission paintings from me all the time. So if you guys want to commission a painting, you go to JoshKelley.com, you click on the link that says commission a painting, and you have to fill in the blanks and describe exactly what you want.
I'm going to go fill in the blanks right now. Thanks,
Thank
buddy.
you, brother. I
Good to
appreciate
see
it, man. Good to see you, too.
Have a great tour.
All right, we'll do,
Take
man.
care. Take them away.
Should I give him a little 2 cups of coffee in the morning. 2 days till I stop feeling blue. 2 chairs, one empty in the corner. I got too much of me and not enough of you. I got too much of me and not enough of you. Do you want me to play the whole thing?
That was great!
Yeah.